Hey everyone, welcome to Throwing Rod's Garage. My name is Justin. In this video, we're working on my son's 1994 Mazda Miata. Now, this little car has been his pride and joy for, a couple years now, but he's off in basic training right now, and I want to surprise him by getting this thing up and running better. Right before he left, the starter went out, and the alternator busted a belt. So, I figured, well, it's got about 138,000 miles on it. It is an automatic. It's got the 1.8, but the alternator down there, I don't know if you guys can see it or not. No, you can't. It's too dark. I'll have to get a light. But it is pretty rusty. It's definitely showing its wear. So I'm going to go ahead and pop in a new alternator and a new starter real quick. All right, I got it all jacked up now. My boy has done quite a bit of work to this little car. This is his pride and joy. He's got nice circuit wheels. He's done LED. He's done the clear taillights in the rear. He found the hardtop with it. He's got this nice little chrome little luggage rack on the back, which is just absolutely too cool. I mean, he's worked pretty hard on it. He's put coilovers all the way around. It's been lowered, I think, 3 or 4 inches. This thing sits super low. But this is his pride and joy, and with him being gone, I want to make sure it's good to go for him. So I am going to paint the hardtop for him before he gets home, so don't say anything. Now, of course, with the alternator, you don't necessarily have to jack it up to get the alternator underneath, or from underneath. You can get it up from top, but this one actually has the AC, so it's actually easier to drop the alternator down through the bottom. So, of course, I jacked up. We're going to pull off the splash shield from underneath. We're going to pull off this intake tube and start disassembling it. I'll show you guys along the way. But what I'm going to do, as I am in the middle of pulling the alternator off, as soon as I get the alternator off, sometimes it's easier to get the starter with the alternator out of the way. You can run a long extension all the way back. The starter is shot on this. We had a full charged battery. It just sounded like it was grinding, not necessarily up against the flywheel flex plate, because it is an automatic. But it sounded like the armature inside, or the bearings inside the starter, are just completely shot. So might as well do it while it's here in the shop. Now, like I said earlier, this alternator is just absolutely filthy. It's been covered in oil. This did have an oil leak before. It is all fixed, but there is a bolt down here. Looks like it's ran through from the back. So we have a bolt here, which should be a 14 millimeter, and you'll have another one up here on the adjuster, which is a 14 millimeter and a 12 millimeter. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the splash shield off next and go from there. Okay, under the car, pulled the belt off, pulled this upper mount loose. The adjuster, it is a 14 millimeter, or sorry, 12 millimeter, not a 14. This bottom bolt though is a 14 millimeter, and found something a little mildly inconvenient. Yes. So it looks like I thought it was an engine mount. It's not. It's just an intake brace. So I just got to pull off a 12 millimeter bolt up there. There's 2 up there. That'll get it out of the way, and then I can remove the alternator, because I've already pulled a connector. Oh, I got to get that main wire off the alternator as well. Up there. Now with that bracket that was mildly inconvenient is out of the way, pull the bolt out, and now the alternator should come right on out with no issue. There we have it. The old one's out. New one's gonna go in after I get the old starter out. All right, I finally got the old starter out, old alternator out. Now it's time to rinse and repeat, put everything back in. So, I mean, these are just remanufactured. They should be fine. They should be just fine. But it was a chore getting that starter, that top bolt which is, let me grab my flashlight, way back there. I had to pull out the automatic transmission dipstick tube to get out of the way. I had to unplug tons of the harness, the usual fun stuff. But they are a 14mm bolt for the top one. This is a through bolt with a nut. See, these top ones, they have threads. So it's not as bad. It's just trying to get to everything. Big hands, small car, always the blast. But I'm gonna go ahead and get it all put back in place so we can get it started. Shoo-wee. All right, about 30 minutes later, the new starter is all in. I don't know if you guys can see it down there. It's just right there. And then the new alternator's hooked back up right there. So all I have left to do is hook up the battery. It's been on the charger. Of course, before you do any kind of electrical work, always unhook the battery. Do not want to arc, cause fire, ruin ECM, TCM, anything electronic on this, on any vehicle. So always remember to unhook the battery first. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop the trunk, put the battery in it, and we'll see how she does. Well, here we go. Throw the key in it, battery's hooked up. And cross the finger. Oh yeah. That old ticking will go away. This thing's been sitting for about 3.5, 4 months. Sure is good to hear it start up and run. Now with this particular little car, it's got aftermarket headlights with the LED halo ring, you know, the fun stuff. He's got underglow on this thing. But every time you unhook the battery and hook it back up, the lights come on. I'll show you. Snazzy. But the bad thing is it's controlled by an app on his cell phone. And with him being in basic training right now, I guess I have to wait to hear from him on Sunday to see if I can get what app it is that he uses to shut these things off. So I'll just disconnect the battery. It's not a big deal. I wish that ticking would go away. I've already redone the whole timing on this head gasket. We've had the head milled. Let's see, new lifters, spark plugs, wires, cams, or not cams. I wish we did. She'll end up being quiet here after about 5-10 minutes. But yes. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing cleaned up. I'll see you guys maybe in a day or so. Well, everyone, it's another day, and today is Sunday, so it's call day. So I'm looking forward to hearing from my son, and I'm really wanting to give him some good news about his car. So he'll be really excited. So I'm gonna go ahead, before I get a phone call from him, I'm gonna pull this thing out. I'm gonna wash it up because it is filthy. I mean, it's been sitting for a while. But yeah, he's gonna be excited. So I'm gonna get this thing out of here and start washing it off. Little bitty car. everyone, that's it for this video. I appreciate you for watching. I do apologize that it was not an in-depth how-to on alternator and starter replacement on a 94 Mazda Miata. I didn't want to be one of those guys that has another one of those videos. There's hundreds if not thousands on YouTube that show in depth on how to replace those two parts. I hate to admit it, but I was one of them that watched one because I didn't know what I was getting myself into, and I kind of wouldn't be prepared. Plus, you know, small engine bay, big hands, they don't fit too well, so I wanted to make sure that I didn't need any special tools, whatnot. But anyhow, starts, it charges, and it runs great. But I definitely wanted to sit here and say thank you so much to my son that's in basic training right now, and definitely a huge thanks to all the brave men and women that are fixing to serve, are serving, and have served. Again, thank you guys very, very much. So with that being said, appreciate you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.